Recording it, bro. Hey guys, I'm Patrick. I'm James. There's two guys, one cup. We have two special guests here. We got Steve Fernandez and Chris Vert. All right, guys. You want to introduce yourselves? Awesome. Be present, homies.
What's going on, man? How's everything going, guys?
Awesome.
What's going on?
Glad to have you guys on, and I really want to hype up and talk about fucking Battle of Tri-State 2. Probably the best tournament that's going to happen in the United States of America this year.
I agree, bro.
The matches, too. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, the super matches, I think people should actually have to pay to watch these super matches. Like, I was re-looking over some of the matches, and I think we're going to have some wars. And just the hype around it, all the guys that are going to be polling them are going to be watching. So we're all going to be cheering. We're all going to have fans. We're all going to be fans of dudes. We're going to kind of get to know each other a little bit. And I might find a guy that I really hate. So I'm going to really cheer for the other guy. And
I agree, bro.
You always find a guy you hate. I know. I'm going to find someone to hate me. Like I said, me and Chris are going to, we're going to have him.
Did you go to the first Knuckles Up tournament? Not tournament, the first Knuckles Up pay-per-view.
No.
You look like someone I pulled over there in the after pull. I was like, did I pull him in the after pull? I thought I did, bro.
No, there's a lot of tall Canadians out there. How big was he? Tell me when.
Yes.
No, it weren't me, bro. Oh, hell yeah, that might have been me.
So I want to, Chris, actually, we've had Steve on before, but tell us a little bit about yourself, your career, how long you've been pulling, all that good stuff.
I started arm wrestling as I always loved arm wrestling, but I started when I really found a club where I was living in Indiana, and I found a club in Indiana. I met up with this guy, Aaron Ingram, Jesse Stahl, and Ferris Dunrick. Ferris he actually just hurt himself, but Ferris is a big name over there. He's a great puller, and I learned from them, man. I started in 2017 when I really first started getting into the sport, and I ended up moving from Indiana. I ended up moving 2020, and I moved back to New York because I'm originally from New York. And on Arm Bet, I met Dan Schwartz, John Mert, Steve Black, Paul Cruz, and that's basically all of us became Long Island Arm Wrestling, bro. And here we are today.
Hell yeah, dude! You got a killer crew too.
Yeah, man. We have a lot of guys, man. We got a good group of guys, man. All together, we probably got 30 guys in this thing, No
shit. How many show up on a regular at your guys' practices?
See, there's so many different practices too. You got Eric's practice where a lot of guys that live like far out east, they'll go to that practice. Then you got guys in Queens and a little closer to me that will come to my practice. Then you got
guys in Brooklyn.
You got Dan's practice. There's so many different practices, but we're all Long Island, Yeah. We all at one point in time, we all were practicing together at the same place at one point in time. But then we just started. It was easier for everyone, whoever's closer,
right,
to break it up. But we all have different club names, but I guess we're all still Long Island, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah, you got to share the wealth. There's going to be people out on the outskirts who don't want to drive all the way in. So
yeah,
those newbies in there.
Listen, the Queens guys are not Long Island, bro. I don't care what they say. They come pull me, but they'll never be Long Island, bro.
Dude, I don't know. I think arm wrestlers are we're the thirstiest people, as far as for teams. You know what I mean? Like a baseball team, they're like, nah, bitch, you got to come to us. Arm wrestling, you're 2 hours away. We can meet you halfway. We'll figure this out. I know a guy that's got a decent sized garage or some shit.
Always, bro. I swear that's exactly what it is. When I was in Indiana, I drove to Indy a couple of times. They had a big practice in Indy, but it was rough. It was 2.5 hours away to drive there. I did it a couple of times, but they used to have a big practice in Indy, let's say 2018. but it was rough to go there. So I just practiced with a couple guys in Fort Wayne that we always did, every Sunday or Monday we did. But Indy has a huge practice. I don't know if they still have it, but it was tremendous over there. Like 100 guys sometimes, man.
Holy smokes! Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got one guy. Shout out to Elliot Gray, dude. He drives an hour and a half every Sunday.
Yeah,
like that's a commitment to me, I'd say. But
yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Wow.
Let me ask you, James. Where do you guys practice? How many guys do you practice with? How long have you been practicing for?
How long have I? So I've been arm wrestling since I was a kid. My dad was really good at it, but I didn't know it was really a sport, so to speak. I just thought it was like a thing that people would host these events and the toughest guys would show up and you're like, all right, who's the biggest badass? Then the biggest badass would win. And I think
22. It was 2022.
I met these guys and they're like, yo, dude, like, have you ever heard of like Wall and Devin Lorette and all these guys and East versus West? I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's a real sport. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, we just do this because we got egos and we want to just, you know what I mean? What's up? And I think the reason why arm wrestling is so attractive, not to go off the thing, is you can do it anywhere. You know what I mean? You ever been to a party and you're like, oh man, I'm stronger than you. Let's fucking lock wrist. Versus like basketball, you gotta have a court, you gotta have a basketball. Hockey, same thing. Versus
the people are the best part of them.
Oh yeah, dude, the personalities in arm wrestling are beautiful. Like, it's a broad spectrum. But anyway, so I started training like 2 years ago, and my brother restarted the team. Borderline Arm Twisters was the original name, and now it's Borderline Arms. And it started out with just 3 of us, and then I think we got up to like 14 solid dudes.
Yeah.
And now we're back to like
probably around
10 core dudes. And
nice.
Yeah. Again, we're all mountain men, not mounting men. Nothing wrong with that, right? Like, listen, I like Tobey Maguire and Seabiscuit too. So, like, or Brokeback Mountain got an Oscar. So,
probably just rugged dudes.
Yeah, just rugged dudes. That's where like I'm like listening to Chris because you guys are talking about Brooklyn and shit, and I can only think like Brooklyn, like Robert De Niro and those guys, and like I'm thinking of crime bosses and mob. Like, you guys wearing the top hat still and shit. Like, I'd be so out of place now. I'd be like, where the fuck is where's the class?
Like Goodfellas over here, bro.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. That's how like out of touch I am when I go to cities and shit.
Listen, I live here almost my whole life, but I was in Indiana for 10 years. I fucking hate the city, bro. I never go in New York City. I fucking hate it. It's terrible, right?
I don't go to the city, man. Yeah, we don't go to the city. We don't go to the city. We don't.
No, never.
Yeah,
really?
I don't like
you
going to the
guys ever been to
city.
Victoria's Secret in New York City?
Say again.
Victoria's Secret in New York City, like on the main strip.
Have I been there before?
Yeah.
Yeah, like once, and that's it.
You remember how big it was?
Dude, it's just like the fucking Louis Vuitton store that they just made. You seen that one, Chris? In the city?
No, in the city?
Yeah. It's a whole fucking building now. It's all like it's made out of luggages of Louis Vuitton. Dude, once you've seen it, it's done. It's done, James. It's not like you've seen it once and then you're out of there. It's not really like anything that you.
Bro, I drive into Brooklyn and Queens.
About this different.
No, I think they're right.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I went to like on our class trip, we went and saw like all this, and I'm looking for babes. That's why I'm going to New York City. And then I was like, where the fuck's Victoria's Secret? I pulled it up on Google Maps. I said, that's where I'm headed. And I learned this, and anyone that watches this podcast, try it. I swear to God, it works. Walk in, tell the prettiest fucking girl that works there that you're trying to get your girlfriend something sexy. And that she looks just like her, but a little bit better. So now
a little bit better.
You know what I mean? So now she's trying to prove that she's hot to her girlfriend. And you're gonna have a great day. And then you'll have all these beautiful chicks in New York City staring at you, being like, man, I wish my man would get me some lace lingerie with no
No.
I was getting
James,
underwear.
James,
It wasn't even underwear.
What are a couple a few big names that you've beaten in your career so far? Because I know you went up against a couple of guys
Ron Ermini.
Ron Ermini, that was probably my favorite win.
Yeah. You be Aiden.
Those are big guys. I'm trying to think. When I was a kid, I won Vermont States at a young age. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, but back in the day, this get on the table and I was wicked. It reminds me a lot of Caleb. I'm just, taller, handsomer, and probably was stronger than Caleb at that time. But I could just fucking flash guys. I do like a dead hand and this flap, and I beat. There was a couple. Oh, I beat Tim Lewis when I was 15 years old at Addison.
That's impressive, bro.
Yeah.
That's impressive, beating Tim Lewis.
Yeah, and I didn't know who Tim Lewis was. I just knew he sounded like Steve-O. Yeah.
How about you, Chris? Who have you pulled, Chris?
Well, I mean, I don't think I have anyone I could think of that you guys would know probably though that I've beaten. You know what I mean? I mean, I've done so many tournaments, but no, like I'm trying to think.
Even in your classes though, you're always pulling heavier guys, really, really good heavier guys. Honestly,
see, you understand too. When I first started in 2020, I was supers. So like, dude, every tournament I went to, I was going against guys that I just, in my opinion, I have no shot against. Paul Cruz, Joe Galgucci. I mean, like Steve Walker. I'm like, this is just. I had after like 2 years, I just went down to the 242 class, and I did a lot better in that class. I do a lot better in the 242s. But like for the first 2 years over here, like I was getting crushed in supers, bro. I really was. I wasn't meant to be in that super class, bro, at all.
But hey, when you pull monsters, you're only going to get better.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're like, what's his face on the super match card, Dave, that always pulls fucking amateurs, then you're never going to be good. No, I just realized.
Who?
I'm going to call him out. Listen to me.
You're talking about
right now.
You're talking about Seton?
I don't know. The older fellow with the gray.
Yeah, Dave Seton. Fox. Yeah.
That's what his nickname is, the Silver Fox. You want to know why? Because he's sly, that little bastard. Anyways, he came to Vermont States, signed up for novice, and then I watched him put his elbow up and like this. And then he was like, I want the buckle on his hand. A novice doesn't know any of this. You know what I mean? So, and then when the novice is going,
he's not a novice.
What I mean? When their arms are resting,
he's not an amateur.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, get your ass in the pro class. Like, what are you scared of? Losing?
Yep.
And
he's a semi-pro pro, is what he is.
Uncle Todd or Todd and Coach Ray, but I think he had a good point. He said, what the fuck was he saying? Can't even remember. I was so mad about that for a second. I'll come back to it. But I know a guy you beat that made me really respect you, Chris. You beat, I think his name's Alexander.
Oh, yes. I beat Alexander over the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that in the highlight.
I beat Alex.
And I'll tell you what, he fucking smashed at Connecticut State's Turtle Man. I didn't get to pull him, and Ron didn't get to pull him, but the way he went through the rest of the guys, it was
Alex? Paul Alex?
Yes.
Steve, the one that went against my buddy Matt at your last super match.
Alex is good, man.
So Alex is super quick, bro. Like Alex is boom. He's a big hit, right?
Yeah.
He beat me the first. This was at one of your tournaments too, Steve.
Yeah.
He beat me the first round, and then the second time we pulled, I beat him. So we split that day. But if you sleep for a second with Alex, you're here, bro. He's so fast, bro. So fast, bro.
Yep.
And again, so let's put some more notoriety on that Alex guy, dude. He fucking smashed that. He was first place at 220 in New England.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like, no offense, I was watching some of the guys you beat. I'm like, I'm not worried about that guy. I could beat him. And then I saw you beat him, and I didn't get to pull Alex yet, but I went, I know that guy's good.
Alex is a good puller, yeah.
And I was watching your style and like the way you pull, and I was like, okay.
Bro, I watch a few of yours too, bro. I think me and you pull very similar, bro.
Yeah.
But like I'm that nasty slut sister you got in the basement that you don't want people knowing about. Like when you bring
and to tell you the truth, I think James, he's a little faster, but I think Chris is just I think he's a little bit stronger. So this is going to be a see who hits first and who has a little bit more gas in the tank. That's what I think it's going to be end up being.
How
I
many
might just go
rounds
right
is it?
inside, bro. I don't even know. I'm not an inside puller, but I might just go
You
right inside,
get
bro.
a best of 3 or yeah, like Chris, are you playing to me? You look like a hooker. Like how
I'm
much?
not, bro. Bro, I've never been a hook puller in my life. I've been a top roller from day one, and I always top roll. Since August, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna tell you. Since August, I've been training hook because I feel like every time I get sucked into a hook, I have nothing. So I've been really training the hook lately. So in case I do get sucked in, I have I can battle in
Right.
there. But yeah, I never was a hook puller ever, bro. Always outside top roll every match.
My time, Resala. I did the Hermes fucking accent, fucking terrible.
Oh, was that supposed to be
I was trying to, and then I was like, my friend. Oh, there
let
we
me
go.
let me ask you, James. What type of puller are you? You know what I mean?
Kind of polar am I?
Yeah, like do you like to go inside? Do you like to go outside? Do you like to press? I know you don't press.
He's all outside, bro. I watched videos,
I
bro.
know
All
he's all
outside.
outside. I know he's all
All
outside.
outside, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of pathetic at what level I'm at, and I don't know what I'm comfortable with yet. Like, I'm really strategic and I can really look at stuff and plan it out. But you and we all know you can plan for anything. But Mike Tyson said it best. Once you get punched in the fucking face, then let's see what
Yeah.
your plan is. So when you're on that table and I've been watching him do this, I'm like, okay, so I need my riser to be this much more, and I need to make sure my setup, I got to get just a little and just maybe a little carved or maybe a little skewed. And then you feel the grip, you're like, shit, this ain't feeling good. Or again, I pulled guys where the grip felt terrible, and you're like, I'm gonna mop this poor bastard. And then they just give their hand and drive sideways, and you're like, this piece of shit. Like, how dare he? You know what I mean? Carlos Hernandez, I love that kid, but he fucking raped me at Badgers doing that shit. I grabbed him left-handed and whap, whap. RVJ's like, who the fuck's this guy? I'm like, that's right. Remember me, bitch. And then I pulled him right, and he did the same thing. I'm like, I'm not even gonna hit this poor bastard. He don't deserve this. And then he just whapped my ass, and I went, I won't let that happen again. And he did it again. I was like, I hate this son of a bitch. So so honestly, I'm still learning, but I think the traditional way I was always taught was just back pressure, load, and hit. But
I mean, back pressure is, it's basically what I do too. It's just back pressure. I'll cup a little bit right here. I think we're very similar styles, bro.
I think the thing that's with me that I'm going to be honest, I'm not strong. It's not my setup. I think I don't know what's the word I'd say is like, I don't want to say it's my aura, but like the presentation I bring to you in the match is like, I wish I gotta say, take a video of a super match with me and somebody, but not just the match, but every time we're setting up and like the shit I'm gonna say to you.
Don't take it.
Dude, like I've had dudes bust right before a go. You know what I mean? Have you ever like had a wrench in your stomach laughing and you're about to get fucking throttled? Like, again, I just gotta, once I read a person, I'll start ripping and tearing. But I just like that. Like, you know what I mean? When you're a kid, what did you like? You like WWE, you like the drama, you like the build up. You just watch two dudes in fucking thongs wrestling on TV with that's it. You're like, it's kind of weird, bro. You need John Cena to be like, you're a bitch.
Well, what do they say, bro? They say the match is won on the setup, right? I mean, that's all in the setup. It's the antics, it's the setup, it's
it's everything.
I don't even think it's my setup. I'm telling you right now, if you don't bring earmuffs, Chris, you're gonna want to fuck me, and then you're gonna fuck me up. One or two.
He's already know he's gonna talk so much shit, Chris. He's gonna talk so much.
Listen, I've never really pulled someone that talks shit, so it'll be good. Well, I'll go right with it, bro. It'll be perfect, bro. Don't worry.
Bro, listen, you can. I think Colin showed our super match right-handed. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But again.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I forgot. So it's crazy. So you just pulled Colin, right?
Colin King, yeah.
Okay, so I beat Colin.
Where'd you beat Colin?
At his tournament.
In Addison.
Yeah. So we went
What year? What year?
this past year.
Oh,
In Addison?
Yeah. What tournament was Colin at when you had Wayne Withers there, Steve?
That was
no. Oh, that was the first.
Did you beat Colin left-handed or right?
Oh wait, it wasn't this year. No, it was this year, right? Was it this year?
last year.
Well, yeah, 2024, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
January?
I don't know. Whenever he had Wayne Withers there,
Yeah.
I had
it
Wayne
was the
Withers
first
there like
one.
2 or 3 times though.
no,
So I
So
had
all
him
the
there at
Tri-State
Battle of
won.
Tri-State.
It would've
I
been
had him
Battle
there
of
at New York
Tri-State
Farm
one.
Wars.
We all went down.
But the only guy I thought that beat Colin right was that
Jonathan.
Jonathan McMahon kid. He looked like a ginger leprechaun.
so how I won, I'm gonna tell you. So they said ready, go. I took his hand, I had him here, he elbow fouled. The next round, they restarted us. They said ready, go. He sucked me into a hook. He was gonna beat me in that hook, and he elbow fouled again. So I knew I could take his hand because he elbow fouled. And I was like, oh, he did that. I know he did that being smart because he wanted to restart. And a restart, he hooked me and he ended up beating me, but he elbow fouled again. So I won on fouls, but I knew if he didn't foul that first time, I was taking his hand. So I know he fouled that first time to get the restart.
Where did he pull it? Which tournament was it?
It was the one where we pulled. I pulled Fitz.
Because that's when, again, I'm ignorant.
Oh,
Wayne
you pulled
Withers.
Fitz? That
Yeah.
had to be Battle of Tri-State. It had to be the first one. The first one.
Was it the first one?
Yep.
So when was that then?
That was a year ago.
It was a year ago.
It was
Yeah,
like
1 year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, in February something. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was sick. It was like February 12th.
Yeah. I would think so. Yeah. Probably around there. Yep.
But yeah, Colin's very good at setting. So this is what I hate and I love about Steve Walker.
He lost a bunch of weight at that point too, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that's when he caught weight.
Yeah.
He was on his diet.
No, but Colin's hook is he would have easily beat me in that hook, bro.
Yeah.
He would have got me in that hook. Yeah.
Just to hype up another match to tell you who the fuck's gonna get smashed is, you know who trains Colin King?
Who?
Bill motherfucking Sinks.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
So those kids got started with Bill Sinks, which I think's why they improved so quickly. Like they started in 2020. So to start with a guy at that level, and Bill doesn't really pull his punches. You can watch it on Facebook or YouTube. Like he's pretty aggressive to them boys.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Bill's a vet, man. He's been doing this how long?
Yeah.
A long time.
Shit. I
I know.
know.
But I mean, I in my opinion, if we want to go on against that, in my opinion, I think Miguel's gonna pull it out, bro.
Well, did he win last time?
No.
Bill won last time.
Yeah.
Bill won, but that was at the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Or is that
Right. But
yeah.
dude, I got a question. Does Miguel have a good gas tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Miguel
Like, how
does.
good-
Miguel could pull for days, and he'll pull like Chris Michaels. He'll pull literally like 6 classes.
Yeah.
Bill will.
listen,
But
I'm
Bill's the same thing. Bill's the marathon runner. You know what I mean? He's the one that he'll go for days.
Listen, in my opinion, being in the sport for 7 to 8 years, I think we're all going to be better I think you get better with age in this freaking sport. I swear to God, you do, man. I really do. I believe it. You get better with age. The more you do, your tendons become just.
Yeah, it's different.
It's like
you're transforming into something that you want.
Yeah, I always say I'll be better when I'm 50 than I'm 41, bro.
So that means we're gonna have a rematch.
Yeah. 60, bro. 60. We'll have the rematch at 60, bro.
So, Chris, what do you think you're gonna weigh in at this match?
I mean, I told you I'm gonna be heavy because I was not cutting, bro. I told Steve,
No,
I'm like,
fine.
listen,
I'm not. I just need to know. So
if he
like,
wants the match, I'm like, I'll take the match, but I am too lazy to cut right now.
Well, like I said, when he messaged me, I was like, okay, he's gonna want me in at 220. I'm like 232. No big deal. I can make that. And I'm like, okay, I can cut. Who is it? And he was like, oh, I want to know if you want to go up. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll go
Fuck
up.
yeah, I'll go up.
Like honestly, like my goal is to be like 220 when I get there. So like I can go rape some bitches left-handed in that tournament. And
No, I'll be like I told you, I'll probably be around 255. Around
Big-
there.
big
I might try to
stick.
cut a little bit if I want to be nicer to you.
hey, just to let you know Chester Bennington?
No, who's that?
Well, you took the inspiration of his wrist tattoo, Lincoln Park.
Oh, Chester, yeah, the Flames, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
that hand's gonna be
Chester's
numb by
way
the time
better.
I'm done.
Mine's terrible Flames, bro. They're terrible. I hate them.
No, I like it.
They look
Did you
like
catch that, Rose?
fucking sperm crawling down my arm, bro.
Ah, bro, if you name that the jizz fist, like that's your move.
The
when you're-
jizz fist. I love it, bro. That's it.
The jizz
The
fist.
jizz fist. Yes.
You're welcome, dude.
Want to run through some of the other matches? What's your
Uh,
guys' favorite match?
Mine.
Well, we'll start with Chris because he's the guest, and then go to Steve, then you.
Which
then
I
me.
don't know if Steve will tell us, but I want to hear. Yeah, let's go.
Chris, what's your
I
favorite
like
match?
Jay's match, bro. I like JC Artie's match. I like that match.
That's gonna be a really good match with
Yeah.
Wade Roberts.
Yep.
It's Wade.
Oh, dude. Hey, how'd you feel? I need to know, Steve, when Wade Roberts sent you a shirtless photo. Were you gonna be like, "What are you doing, bro? This is arm wrestling."
No, actually, he sent me a photo, and I was like, all right, perfect. And then he sent me another one. He goes, which one do you think is better? I was like, I already grabbed the one that you're shirtless with, so that one's going up. He's like, all right, no problem. He didn't care. So I was like, all right, good shit.
All right. Well, I was just wondering because I was like, we're gonna try to show off like the best parts of her body. Next time, I'm wearing Wade sweatpants, bruh. Like, we're gonna represent here. What?
Hey Pat, what's your favorite match of the night?
Oh, flipping Aiden.
Aiden?
Flipping Aiden. Absolutely. I watched him pull at Winter Blast, Matt flipping, and he was nasty.
Yeah.
So Matt is
What are you doing?
a
Stop
beast,
breaking
bro.
the fucking shit.
Sorry, I'll buy him a new.
Yeah.
Flip is he's a beast, bro. Flip is
Yeah.
a total monster, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that left hand is ridiculous.
Is that what it is? Lefty or righty?
It's
Oh, left hand, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Steve, you gotta post these a little bit more. Like, let us like do like.
What? Everything's all
I know, I
over.
love it, but no, like
Dude,
you can't.
I post literally probably
Every day.
yeah,
no,
every day,
I was
every other
saying
day.
like on the thing. I wish
Huh?
it said like left or right hand on these super matches. So when I
Yeah,
talk
you're right.
shit,
I
Steve,
could,
But
I
no,
think you're
there-
doing a great
no,
job.
I ain't shitting on it like that. You know how I am. I
no,
love it.
you're right. I should have actually done that. You're 100% right.
Want me to
And
fix it, Steve?
Yeah, we can. You can. Yeah, shit. Whatever.
James, what's your favorite match?
like, dude, there's some cool ones on here.
Sam exactly is like
Listen, I think Sam Mitchell.
right out there.
Listen, he came to Vermont Shields and we were pulling left-handed, and I was trying to teach him a thing, and I hope he learned it. He tries to feel dudes like on the go. He'll try to feel your pressure, and then pull through it. And I was like, look, dude, I'll fucking toy with you when you do that. I said, now let's try this. He goes, yeah. I said, get set. I said, on go, you need to rip and do your anaconda. And guess what? I couldn't beat him. Now, was I not maybe hitting as good as I could be? True. But was it a way difference in his power? Yes. And I think a lot of dudes practice pull so much to get strong that they're used to feeling that engagement before they hit.
Right.
And here's the fact. If you walk up to a $5 door and you just kind of push on it, you ain't moving that bitch. You take a step back and just give a quick kick, it'll come right off the hinges. And I don't care how strong you are. I've seen so many strong guys get smoked because they just weren't ready. And
Yeah.
I mean,
true,
we've
yeah.
seen it every day.
Very true.
But so I think Sam Mitchell should smash Zach Lee. That's my opinion.
That's a big. That's. I think I think the opposite, bro. I mean, I've seen Zach Lee. I think Zach 3-0s, bro.
Really, I do as
Yeah.
well. But I love Sam, and if he can get Sam, he's not dumb. He knows how good this dude is. This guy's nasty.
I think
Yeah,
if
he is.
Sam wants to beat him, he's going to have to go inside with his press. That people really don't it's so underestimated. His press is like I don't even know
Yeah,
why.
he underestimates it.
I know he really does,
Like,
and it's ridiculous because every single time he wants to go inside with somebody, he does that. It's just an automatic fucking win. And
Yeah.
we'll
pull my
see.
elbow apart.
The other thing is too is that Zach's a fucking he's ridiculous in the strap. So, when they get in the strap, I think, depending on how Sam plays it out, if he doesn't, go inside and Zach takes his hand and because I've I've seen him pull a couple times, Zach. So it's completely different when it's in the strap when it's out. So,
Yeah, he's always looking for the strap.
yeah.
Absolutely.
James, you like the strap or you rather not the strap?
Oh, dude, like in the strap with Steve. Is Steve Walker reffing my match?
Is
No,
Steve gonna?
Steve's not reffing. It's going to be Ray Romanowski and Ron Singley.
Ray's good. I like
Damn,
Ray.
dude. Oh, okay. That's gonna now. This is gonna be a different guy showing up. I get to be way more crazy. Steve gives me that PTSD, dude. I'm telling you, I love that man, but I'm so intimidated by that. Do not move. Fuck, dude. Don't hit me. Sorry. No, dude, I love the strap. And honestly, I train so much. I practice with the buckle. I'm better with the buckle.
You can have the buckle every time if you want.
Okay, I'll remember that.
No,
You,
I don't mind the strap, but I'd rather no strap. I don't know why.
hey,
I just never was. I'd rather no strap, and I want to stay away from the strap.
so like I got a commitment issue, so I'm gonna leave your ass alone until they make me stay in the room with you. That's kind of how I do things. So I'm excited. Like I said, I get so wild up, dude. I'm like, you got a long arm?
Wait,
What's going
so
on?
we're not going to talk until after the match, or until the match starts, right?
Oh no, I'm gonna talk to you the minute I see you.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
He's just going to talk shit.
Oh, talk shit. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
just
you
going
meant.
to talk
maybe
shit.
I'm gonna make you fall in love with me, dude. It's a weird thing. I'm gonna Mark Wahlberg your ass.
Bro, I watched this pod last week, and I seen him going, yo, I think Vert loves me. And then I messaged him. I'm like, I don't fucking love you, bro. No, you're not yet.
Yeah, but the fact that you had to message me to tell me that is like we have enough relationship already where it's like, hey man, I'm gonna make you take me out to your favorite pizzeria and I'm gonna tell you it's my favorite. It's over. See, I know I touched something right there.
We gotta get Sicilian though, bro. No regular Sicilian all the way.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell your ass that deep crust is better when I smoke you. I'm the
When I'm right
Chicago
here.
deep. No. I'm gonna be like way out here under the table, Chicago deep ditch, motherfucker.
How do you think it's going to end up, Pat, between James and
I have no idea.
Chris?
I can't find anything on Chris.
Listen, I think our match is the most unpredictable. Like I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. I think.
I
At
agree.
all.
I don't know either. I mean, let's be honest, realistically. I think you're training with way better. I think my guys are better. But like you're training with better dudes, you get to meet more guys.
Yeah.
You're bigger. So like statistics wise, I think on paper you should win. And I don't know you that well. I haven't, you know what I mean?
I would listen. If you add the time I've been pulling, I'm bigger. Yes, I think I'm definitely the favorite. But anything like I said, bro.
I like to just throw one thing in there is that you're underestimated, James, and a lot of bigger guys underestimate you. And then when they do, they end up losing a lot of the times. So you're a different person when you pull in a super match and when you pull at a practice. And I've heard that and I've seen that and it's just what it is. And
yeah.
And I don't see I don't want you to underestimate yourself, and I know you don't, but at the same time, I see this match really close and being probably one of the closest matches. The reason being is and nothing on Chris. Chris has been like we just been talking about. He's been training longer with with guys that have been in the game for and guys that are literally monsters like Paul Cruz. So he's got a big group around him. But this is going to be a match that it's going to be really. I think you guys really pull very similar. So I think you guys are going to try to top roll the shit out of each other. So I think you guys.
I don't think it's going to be a
you guys are
grinder.
going to end up right there on top of each other.
You think it's going to be one way or the other, Chris?
Yes, that's what I think, James. I don't think it's going to be a grinder. I don't think we're going to be in a grinding match like every match. I think it's either going to be first round, you flash me. Next round, I might flash you. I think it's going to be a very quick back and forth. That's my mind, because you're fast, and I dedicate my pulling on speed. Bro. I'm a speed puller, bro. I'm fast. Like, I like to be quick because I know I'm not the strongest against these guys. So I dedicate my shit being quick, bro. I have to be, because I think if you're a little bit stronger than someone, if you got a quicker head, you can beat that stronger guy, bro. That's where speed comes in.
That's where James comes in, is what I'm saying. But at the same time, you're going up against a bigger guy, a stronger guy, James. So we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to contain and hold your hit before you hit the pad or not. Because Chris, both you guys are fast, but I think on the go, when it comes to a super match, I think you're a little bit more explosive.
I'm going to hit faster than him, bro.
Chris?
I'm going to hit way faster than him, Steve. Way faster, bro.
I'm going to hit you so hard, they're going to file domestic charge. So, not to be disrespectful. But honestly, Steve, I think what a lot of people miss is not even the speed. I'll pull on – if I want to win – this is going to sound super cliche. I think heart on the table is real. I've beaten a lot of dudes
110%
that wanted it, but they didn't. You know what I mean? When you're gritting your fucking teeth and you go, you know what? I know I got to work tomorrow, but fuck it. I want this guy to do something. And then guess what? When I do something and you beat me, I'm going to shake your hand and say you were the better dude. But you ever leave a match and go, I didn't push myself. And when I get an opportunity, I don't know if you remember when I was pulling Ron, I was in this weird hand dump out, and I was just I just remember reading IFA, that current year champion. I was like, no fucking way am I going to get beat by this bald fuck. And then I got to pull at a real tournament with real refs, and I learned about the little fouls and stuff, and it scared me, and he beat me. But I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. But I'm going to make it a dog match. And I think you're wrong about this being an easy win one way or the other. I promise you take my hand, we're going to be doing some ugly shit.
If you give me your hand, it's over.
Listen to me. If you got me like this, I'm going to tickle
no shot, bro.
Chris, but you got to understand this before you get too encouraged. My forearm's still longer than your fingertips with my hand bent.
I got a big arm too, bro. How tall are you, James?
I'm 6'2", and I have hands that hitch my knees.
I was going to say, Chris isn't short, dude.
I'm 6'1", yeah.
How tall is Chris?
6'1".
6'1"? That's short as fuck. Hey, you look up to me when you talk to me.
I know James is taller, but I was just like, he's not that much taller.
No, it's
Chris is a lot bigger. He's got a big frame to him. You know what I mean? So he's a bigger guy.
So all my weight's right here, guys. You see that? That's where it all is, right there, bro.
I know James are kind of out angling you tonight, bud.
Oh, I think the black sweatshirt, I really like it. I'm doing the sleeper build on you.
Yeah.
Sleeper build.
Negative space.
Honestly, I would say that's what I am. When you look at me, you're like, this guy, meh. It's like, oh, I'm that guy that fucks your wife and you never saw it coming. You're like, that guy that fixes TVs, he can't pull puss. 2 years later, you're like, that kid looks like that Amish fucker.
That Amish fucker.
Dude, have you seen this beard? Check this out. You don't even know. You're going to go on a ride.
Bro, I might do the same beard, bro. I might have your same beard. Maybe I'll do it just like you, bro.
I think we should.
Should we do the same beard, bro?
Yeah, I'll do a Hitler for you, bro.
Whoa.
I'll burn that. I'm gonna burn that ass.
I do not condone this.
Listen, we're gonna start charging
Condone
pay-per-view so people can't condone what we do.
You should both shave all of your mustache off. Leave the beard like Amish people.
Oh, dude, if I come in Amish level, everyone knows Amish is strong. Like, we shouldn't do that. I won't do that to you. If I lose, I'll come at you with Amish. Hey, how's your left arm? Is it good too?
My left, I haven't pulled in a tournament in a year, bro.
Okay.
It's just so much. I actually had to cancel that match, Steve.
Yeah.
Because my left is just, I mean, it still hurts, but I definitely have nerve damage, bro. Like if I even holding the peg, I get sharp pains going through my chest up to my neck, but there's no pulling with left no more for me. I think I'm totally done pulling left, bro. It's just too much shit going on there. But I'll just I'll pull right until it fucking falls off.
Sorry to hear about that, dude. Yeah, I just beat the flu the second time, so. But I'm gonna be fucking built when I see you guys. I'm staying right at the hotel, so if you want to come see me in my suite, you know, so what I could show this off of, you know, something like that. On the night of my girlfriend's birthday.
Is there any casinos over there, bro? There's no casinos over there, right?
No.
Gambling's for the devil.
What, in Vermont? We get the Aqua Sesame, but it's over in New York.
That's where they are. They're in New York. They're in New York, though. No, we ain't got casinos.
Not in Vermont. Vermont doesn't have casinos.
Steve, where are you, Steve? You're upstate, though, right, Steve? You're by Jack, right?
Yeah.
No, we're upstate. We're like by the border.
Yeah, I can piss in a cannon from my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, dude, I don't know. Like, you gotta understand, on a daily basis, I gotta fight a bear and fuck a moose to get to work. Like, you gotta watch out for heroin addicts and crack dealers. And maybe
I gotta drive through Brooklyn traffic to get to work. I'd rather fight a bear and bang a moose, bro.
Yeah, you got
He's
I
right
got
about
perseverance.
that. He's right about that. Fucking traffic is ridiculous in this fucking place.
Yes, that's what we're going back talking about working in the city or going to the city. I do it every day, and I just fucking it's the worst thing ever, bro. Driving through Brooklyn every day, bro. Terrible.
I used to drive to Brooklyn every day. Fuck that. From here, it was about 2.5 hours every fucking day.
It's terrible, bro.
And it's not that far though, right?
It's fucking
like,
far as fuck.
Bro, from Steve it is. From my house to Brooklyn, I'll punch it in my GPS if I have to go downtown Brooklyn. Maybe it's 15 miles, and it takes me sometimes 2 hours to get there, bro.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
Because of the traffic. That's what it is.
Yeah. Dude, when I moved to Boston, I've never left the state of Vermont, moved to Boston my first time, and I hit 5 lanes of traffic, and we're going 5 miles an hour, and I was like, this isn't good. I'm like, wow, I'm only 4 miles away from my job. I should be fine. I showed up like 3 hours late, and they're like, what the fuck, guy? And I'm like, it was 3 miles, dude. Like, in Vermont, if you want to go an hour drive, that's 65 miles. Like, that's easy.
Bro, I sit in traffic for 2.5 hours on the way home. And every day I just sit there, I just pray for an asteroid just to hit my fucking car, just to take me out, bro.
You must be on the verge, like you must edge the whole drive.
Bro, because I'm like, I get out early today. I type it in, I'm like, it's 3 o'clock, and you'll be home by 5:45. I'm like, just fucking kill me, bro.
Bro, you gotta get a bike.
Just fucking shoot me right now.
Oh my god. You'll be home in 3 hours and 5 minutes.
So hey, let me get back to arm wrestling. So you lift a lot, James, or no?
I mean, you can't see it. Normally I'm pretty busy at work. I'm an HVAC tech, but I try to get like right now this one day of lifting in with like 2. I do it done with my polling. I'll do Fridays at Joe Fitzsimmons with Sean Weber and all those guys. And then Sunday I'll be lifting and pulling with my guys on Sunday. and it's kind of a real teardown. So I really need the week to,
you basically kind of
recuperate.
do. That was where I was going. That's kind of how my training's been for a very long time. I don't necessarily lift heavy anymore. I beat the shit out of my arms once a week, and the rest of the week it's a lot of recovery workout, bro. That's basically what I've been doing for a long time now. And I feel like I've been periods where I lifted a lot, I lifted a ton, did a lot of 1 rep maxes, and I don't know, it's so hard to be doing that and arm wrestling. Like I feel like I get stronger and I get better just arm wrestling once a week. Maybe I'll throw a second practice in there if I'm feeling good, and then the rest of it's just recovery, lightweight, high reps. I mean, some guys will tell me I'm crazy and be like, "No, you have to lift heavy," but I don't know. I guess everyone has their own way of doing it, bro.
Right. Well, I think that's the right answer. Everyone has their own way of doing it. If you
Yeah.
ask every elite guy out there, I guarantee you not one guy trains the same. And
No.
anyone that says this is what you need to be doing, I think is ignorant, in my opinion. They
Yeah.
say you should try this. I'd listen to that guy. But
See, Tim Breslin told me at a tournament about 2 years ago. He asked me how long I've been pulling, and I said about that time I was like 5 years. And he told me, he goes, why do you arm wrestle twice a week, once a week? He goes, you should be arm wrestling once every 2 weeks. He goes, because 5 years in, you know how to arm wrestle by now. And he was right. I mean, he's right. If I wanted to take that route, he was like, you should be arm wrestling once every 2 weeks, and you should be focused on getting stronger, really hitting the weights. I mean, that's his take on it, which I don't disagree with him. And I've tried it, and I definitely think it worked. But I hate not arm wrestling. I want to arm wrestle more than once every 2 weeks. I think that's our problem. We just love to arm wrestle too.
well, I think it's so hard. So, like with weights, you can't, like you said, so you're not sure. You're like, this is a weight. This doesn't feel like a hand. So you're like, okay, you're at the gym for a week. You're like, okay, this feels good. Then you go to practice and you're like, fuck, that lift's not working because this guy's still beating the same way. Then you kind of abandon it and you try something different. But I think the guys that you look at, like Garrett Tupper and like these dudes that are jacked and doing it, but they're traditionally arm wrestlers, but they're doing the bodybuilding or strongman mindset of working out and just treat it like a system. Okay, I'm going to start with a 10-pound pronation and do 6 sets of 12. And when I can do that and complete my sets next week, I'm going to go up 2.5 pounds. Let's keep chasing the form. And then when you plateau, okay, now change it. I think I'm going to be honest, that's going to be my regimen when I can change how I'm doing at work. And I really want to see how that goes. Just treat it like bodybuilding. And there's
ways to get stronger on a table where you don't, I mean, listen, obviously a lot of guys, I mean, say 99% of guys use weights. And I use weights too, but more for recovery. But my strength I get is on the table. I'll go into a hook and, you just your other guy just sitting there for a minute and a half, just pulling. I mean, that's all tendon power. We do rollouts where you're just holding me. I'm just trying to roll out and you just repetition all the way. Keep going. I mean, you're getting strength by doing that too.
Yeah.
You're working.
Yeah, you're working. Yep. 100%.
I don't know. You guys must deal with it in the city. Like you have guys that like construction workers that just show up and are godly strong on the table, this random one.
Bro, I actually have someone coming over tomorrow. I'm not pulling because today was my last day to pull. But I have guys come over tomorrow to practice by my house. And it's Matt, Steve, my buddy Matt, who pulled in your super match against Alex. He's a construction guy. It's so funny you said this. Okay. And he found a guy there, and he's like, Chris, this guy, if he learns, he's like, we're all fucked, bro. He's like, he is a fucking powerhouse. So he's coming tomorrow. I'm not gonna pull him. I told him, I go, don't fucking. I'm 6 days away from a match, bro. 7 days. Right? 7 days. Is he
coming to the tournament?
Huh? Matt's coming. I think Matt's coming to the tournament. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Matt's coming. But we'll see how this construction guy is.
The new guy to come to this fucking tournament.
Bro, wait till you see Matt, bro. Matt's not the same person in July, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Matt is totally different puller, bro. Yeah, he's a totally different puller now. So is Derek, bro. Is Derek.
He pulled Alex, and I know Derek that was it was a right match with him.
Matt got smoked by Matt wasn't ready for that match. He when you did he ask for the match or did I say set him up with? He asked for the match. I talked to you, Steve, and I was like, Matt wants Alex, and I told Matt, I'm like, bro, you're not ready. You're not ready. I mean, I didn't say that to him, but in my head, I said he wanted the match, but he wasn't ready for that. He was very new still, bro.
Yeah. He really was, and Alex was just that hit, man. It's hard if especially he wasn't ready for it. Like you said, he just wasn't ready for it.
Now, what do you guys? We were talking about this. What's it called? What do you guys think of Derek and Ray's match? James,
Derek and Ray's.
Derek Perusa and Ray Romanowski.
Yeah. So honestly, when you had I need to know a backstory before I say my judgment, because then I'll change my story. Because assumptions make assholes out of you and me, mostly you. At King of the Tri-State 1. When I met Derek for the first time, and I was like, who the fuck is this tattooed Vin Diesel looking bastard? He had the sunglasses on, hat covering the eyebrows, and like Jack, but he was in the amateurs, so I was very confused. Is he new to polling?
Derek has about the same time as you, about 2 years, maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's gonna pull pro now. I mean, he's pro. He's gonna go pro now. He killed the amateurs, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's again from when I was watching. I'm like, man, he shouldn't be pulling amateurs. Like my rule is, if your biceps bigger than 16 inches, you shouldn't even be allowed to walk into the fucking amateurs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at Patrick and these guys, you're like, fuck you, dude, get out of here. Like,
yeah, that's shredded to shit, man.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I think if you're natty, you can stay in amateurs for life if you want, bro.
Nah, dude. I'll tell you what. When I hit peak epitome at 35, I'm getting on shit, and I will be a elite. I'm just gonna wait till I'm 35. Are you gonna
get on stuff, James? You think so?
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I'm a hyper responder. I'm 6'2", long frame. Do you know what I would look like if I got on the right stuff? If I talked to the pros and I was like, listen, I ain't gonna leak shit. You tell me what I need to take. I'm not gonna look like Arnold. I just want to be great. And you're not gonna tell me anyone at East versus West is fucking natty.
No, none of them are, bro. No way.
You don't look like that. You can't get like that. So
listen, I'll be upfront with you. I'm 100% natural. I never took anything in my life, bro.
Respect.
100%.
I'll be honest, dude. I take creatine. Don't judge me for it. That's my cross to bear.
No, I've taken creatine before, but listen, and it's not that I'm against it. It's not that I'm against taking anything. No. I was talking to Steve about it. I don't take it because there's no money. Like there's no money to be made in this sport. So if we had money to be made, my ass would be on everything underneath, everything I can get, bro. I'd be taking it.
Like I said, when our match gets online, it's gonna make money. Like that's what no, seriously, that's my goal for Steve. And how can we represent Steve? When you have these boring ass matches where nobody talks, it's a pin, two dudes shake their hands. Guess what? Fuck you, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I hate that shit. Same thing with UFC. If you knock me the fuck out, I'm not shaking your hand after. I'm
not shaking your hand after.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a rematch, motherfucker. I'm not gonna call you my brother. Guess what? I never knocked out my brother.
Bro, didn't 2 seconds ago he said 2 seconds ago after he wins, you shake the guy's hand and say good match, bro?
I forget about that. That's off camera. That's off camera.
Now if I win, he's gonna go, fuck you, bro. Get away from me.
Yeah. Suck my 9.5-inch cock. But Ray's a bad little dude. And here's a fact. You don't fuck with bald dudes on the table. That's their sport. You know how much anger bald dudes have? Every day.
Ray is a monster, bro. He is. He's a beast.
He really is.
Yeah. I met Ray at the King of at the first one.
He was rough and more.
So, and I think Ray's been pulling pros longer, correct?
Yeah, Ray's been pulling longer than Derek, yeah. Listen, this is going to be a very tough match for Derek, but
he's hungry. He wants it.
It's the last time Derek pulled in a match was July of last year, I think. That was when he pulled Matt Wilds, and he wasn't.
Yeah, that was at mine.
Yeah, that was at yours, and he got smoked by Matt. But he's a different puller now. He's been pulling with me for a few months now, and basically since then. So I think he's definitely a better arm wrestler than he was in July, bro. Way better. And he's going to do, I know what everyone thinks Derek's going to do, and he might, but you never know. He has a good press, but maybe he won't press.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Honestly,
Everyone's saying, "Oh, Derek's got to press. Derek's going to press." And he might, but you never know, bro.
Press is good, but dude, I'll tell you what, if you can't initiate the press right in the setup and you let Ray get that hook,
Fucked.
Ray's a pit bull.
It's element of surprise.
Yeah.
Give him
He might go in a hook, bro. He might
really
go in a hook with Ray. He might go in a hook. He might roll. Listen, Derek always had press. That's what Derek always did, was press. And he still might do that. He doesn't know what he's going to do, but he might still have some tricks up his sleeve, bro.
I don't know. I'm excited, but I would have to say on paper and from what I know about him, I'm going to have to go.
I mean, Ray's the favorite. Ray's definitely the favorite.
I would have to say Ray's the favorite just by experience, been doing it longer, and his wind, the guys have seen him beat. So I'm going to give it to Ray. But I know your boy's a fellow veteran, so much respect to the dude. So we appreciate our veterans. So I
think that's going to be a match that everybody's going to be surprised about. I think it's going to be a real grinder, bro. I really do. I think it's going to be a hard match, and I think the winner of that match is going to come down to, it's going to be like a 2-2, and that last match is going to be who can outlast the other one. That's just my take on that match.
That's what I think. I think it's going to be a 3-2 match.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it's going to be, to tell you the truth.
Oh, so it's a best of 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best of 5.
Yeah.
I know you told me. I just keep forgetting.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, dude, on like round 3. I'm like, hey, how many more do I got to win, motherfucker? And you're like, it's over. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I already beat you. All right.
Oh, damn, dude. I'm sorry. I was getting nervous. You had me on that next one. Shit. Who do you got?
Who, me?
Well, you already said your boy Derek.
Reality, I'm gonna say Derek 3-2. That's what I'm gonna say.
Ooh. Oh, so it's gonna be a war. I like that.
I think it's gonna be a war, yeah.
Now, Steve, I want to bring this up. The very first one of the card is Caleb Johnson versus Cam Dennett.
That's such a good match.
Is saying he's better left-handed than he is right-handed. Caleb is saying he's better left-handed than he is right-handed, which I pulled him. I pulled Caleb. I haven't pulled Cam. And I know Cam trains grip strength, which I know hand control in arm wrestling is a real thing. I've seen dudes with strong hands maul very strong arm wrestlers just by being able to, if I can bend your hand whichever way I want, I don't give a shit how strong your bicep is. So, and we're saying the goal is Caleb's hit is fast. So is Cam not responsive? Is he like a catch puller type guy, which is kind of weird if he's a strength, like a grip guy.
So I think he's going to be put in that position faster than anyone thinks, because people underestimate Caleb because they don't know Caleb too much, but he's an absolutely phenomenal puller at 16 years old, and his hit is so fast, and he's got a lot more strength than people think. Like he just literally went through Dave Seaton not too long ago at the last tournament I had with no problem. So, and Cam, had a little bit of a war with Dave Seaton, but, depending on how you're pulling, everything is a little bit different. I seen Cam also take people's hands with no fucking problem, just like you said, because he's got that grip, And I think it's going to come down to, almost pretty much the same thing. Like I said before, Caleb's going to hit, I think, faster, and Cam's going to have to catch him, and we'll see if he can even turn him over, because Caleb's a lot stronger than what people think. So.
What about so here's another match. The other kid that's in practice with us, Andrew and Kevin. That's a great match too. That's the first match of the day, right?
That's the second match of the day.
Second match. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I practice with Andrew. Andrew is a tank, bro. A tank.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's super strong. And I pull with Kevin. Kevin has beaten me, and I've beaten Kevin before. I beat Kevin at Vail, and he beat me at your match. I think at your tournament he beat me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know where that's gonna go, man. Andrew doesn't have a good hit. He's a slow puller. He's gonna catch.
Yep.
But I mean, Kevin is fucking fast for how big he is, bro. He's fast. Yeah.
And he's aggressive. He's really
Yes.
aggressive on the table. So you really know that you're going up against he's a 300-pound puller. You know what I mean? So he's a massive man that when he gets to the table, you see what the difference is. It's the aggressiveness that you get from Miguel Fernandez that's going to pull Bill Sinks at the last. It's the same thing. Miguel brings the same type of intensity and aggressiveness when he gets to the table.
Yeah.
That's the same thing you get from Malcolm. And Malcolm's got a disgusting press. And if you're pressing with 300 plus pounds on the table, everything's not going to be on your bicep.
Him and I just saw a video not so long ago. Him and Roger had a war in the right hand, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's impressive, bro.
That tells you right there on with Roger,
Yeah.
So Malcolm's getting better and better. Andrew is just like you said, he's a fucking tank. He's going to end up catching if he can catch.
If he can catch it, yeah. He's going to have, because Andrew still, he still wants to catch and then drag over. But if Kevin can get the hit, I mean, that's what I think Andrew's downfall is going to be. But if Andrew can catch, he might be able to drag Kevin right over. Bro. I don't know though. That's a
are these big boys both hookers?
No.
No. Andrew likes to go outside. I feel like Andrew's more of a top roller.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if Andrew he gets sucked into the hook and then Andrew tries to just drag, I mean, I don't know. I can't. That match is hard to judge, bro.
Yeah.
What level are these guys at, Steve?
They're just literally between, and I told them both they're going to be going into semi-pro, both of them in the next tournament that we have, which is going to be the super match tournament. So they're both literally just got out of, I would say, amateurs.
Andrew's only a year though.
Yeah.
Andrew's only a year.
And I give them the respect that, look, they've only been pulling not too long, but the type of guys that they've been pulling and what they've been doing too, and how good of a pullers that they've got within a year, Chris, you can attest to that. They're on, I wouldn't say a novice or an amateur level anymore. I would say semi-pro, leaning into those, you know what I mean?
I mean, if Kevin beat me at the last tournament, he should be pulling pro.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's really what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice about it. So I told them, look, if you guys are going to be on the card, you have to be pulling pro. Oh, we don't pull pro. I was like, no, you guys in the tournament, right after we're done with the fucking super matches, at least you're going into semi-pro. And they're like, all right, we're doing semi-pro. And I was like, all right.
Oh, this is what not Coach Ray, Todd Hutchings said. Are you pulling to win or are you pulling for excellence? And if you're pulling to win, stay in amateurs. But if you want to pull to be a better fucking puller, you should be pulling guys that you can't beat. Because guess what? You can never make a practice, a tournament. You just can't. Once you get people on you and you get that pressure, and then you're like, okay, did all that training pay off? Because guess what? Even if you're agreeing to a match at practice, at the end of the day, still practice. I can come back from this and do better. At that tournament, technically that's a stain or a gain on your record, and you got to do something with it. And some guys deplete when they get beat. I've seen guys that were really good just get a loss and they give up and they're not the same puller. It's weird. And I've seen guys lose and then come back and they're way better than they ever were. So, I want to know. I want to pull these big boys too, dude. Like, I want to be like that 198er that just comes and destroys like I'm gonna pick him up.
Put him back.
Okay.
Well, I'm a big boy, bro, right now. I'm super, bro. So,
I'm so sorry, dude. I for some reason thought you were like 5'8". I did not.
5'8".
Dude,
5'8".
God. I was thinking 5'8", like short, stocky arms, and I'm like, why would he be a top roller? It's so fucking weird. Like,
no.
And I'm like, I'm gonna make him so sad when we set up and his hands here, my hands here, and they're like, hey, you gotta put your elbow back. I'm like, that poor little fella.
I'm never gonna let that happen, bro. I'm never gonna let that happen.
Listen,
your hand looks big though, James. I'm gonna say your hand looks pretty big.
It's mucho grande.
A little bigger than mine, I think, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. Chris's hand looks pretty big too, though. He looks like he's got a long finger.
You're gonna try to do that. You're gonna try to do this, and I'm just gonna.
What? No.
That's what's gonna happen.
No. Look at me. I'm gonna call this. This is called Statue of Liberty. It's all this, and then I'm gonna make you feel like you were when you're 5. I'm gonna get on top of you, and you're gonna get some feelings that are gonna make you feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna say relax. I'm gonna go, hey.
I think the only match we haven't discussed was Evan.
Oh, Evan versus Dave Stanton. I think Evan's gonna smash that
Dave
prick.
Stanton. Yeah.
That's gonna be a really good match.
You think so? Do you think it's close?
Yeah, I just seen actually the last tournament I had, not last one, the one before. I've seen Seaton and Reed go at it a little bit, but Seaton had still a lot more on Evan, and then on this last tournament, this last one we just had, they went back and forth, and it looked like and I'm not saying that Seaton did get better. I'm just saying that it looked like Evan got a lot better, and his hit got a lot better, and just his hand, just the way he's been gripping up with him. I think it's the setup too. So, and he was a lot more competitive. They went back and forth, and it was one of the best matches of the night. So I just want to see it. I want to see them both fresh to see what happened, because they've never really pulled each other fresh. They've always pulled maybe in tournaments or, so I think I think it's going to be a pretty good match. And I want to see if Evan, really leveled up enough to beat someone like Dave Seaton, fresh. So, it's no joke. Everybody knows that, so.
Evan tends to hold on.
Well,
I think that's one of the things, though, because I hooked him in Massachusetts. He was so pissed on right. So I beat him on right. I don't even know how. He's so much taller than me, and I hooked him. He was so mad. But.
Well, notice these. I could be wrong. You ever notice these long, lanky guys? Is same thing with and he's gotten a lot better with this. Like the guy that trains with Wade, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's really good.
Oh, Tyler Edlin.
Yes,
So good.
they're very strong tendon. You know what I mean? Like, no offense, they obviously ain't got the giant muscles in the fucking building.
He had a super match with Seth Lutz, which was great.
Yeah. But what happens is, I think with these long guys, is they squeeze and then they get away and they get in this lock, right? And they get the hit. But guess what? When you're out here and you got the hit, just saw it on Arm Wars. Guess what, motherfucker? You can get a guy that far from the pad, but when you can't finish and you're in the wrong angle, and this guy's still up here, guess what? We all learned fucking geometry. This is an acute angle. Wow.
And I think too, going back to how we were saying like weights and stuff, you look at my buddy Derek, you look at my buddy John. You guys, Steve knows John Mert. You know Mert.
Yeah.
These guys on these lifts that especially arm wrestling lifts. I mean, maybe we're a little closer, but I still think like we do some lifts here. They all outlift me in these lifts, but I beat them because I feel like, especially with Derek, me and Mert go back and forth a lot. But like Derek's so strong, bro. He outlifts me in anything. But when he gets me here, I can put the brakes on him. And I don't think that's my muscle. I think that's longevity in the sport. That's my tendons right there. Even he says it. He goes, because, that has to be tendon strength, bro, in my opinion. That's tendon strength, stop putting the brakes on him. It's inner elbow tendons. It's everything, bro, you know? Because there's no way I should be stopping that if he's outlifting me in almost everything. I think that's not muscle. It's structural tissue there. It's the tendons,
Mm-hmm. Do you know what, though, I've noticed? Again, I love shouting out to the fucking guys that just work all the time, that are just manual labor guys, like iron workers, loggers, farmers, plumbers, the guys that so like the way I look at it, there's a guy on a farm, right? He's got to move an 800-pound round bale, but there's a 4-inch slab of concrete, and he's got to get it over that round bale to feed the cows. If he don't, they die, and he don't got no equipment else. So guess what? You got to get the job done. And guess what? How many guys are going to pick up 800 pounds? You just can't. But when you got to fucking do it, guess what? You just dig, you find a different gear, and you pull through it and do it. So when it comes to these lifts, and I think I figured out the reason why these guys, I've beaten a lot of guys that are way stronger at all these arm wrestling lifts, is people are forgetting what these lifts are. These lifts are to fundamentally, where are you strong? And then they don't incorporate it in the table. And guess what? If you can do a riser at 120 pounds like this, that's insane. But guess what? I'm not doing this with you on the table. So all that is for you is setup and back pressure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if that's all you got and you're not thinking about taking my hand or how's my wrist or, okay, why is his elbow like that? You're screwed. And I think a lot of people are strong in lifts, but they're not articulate on the table. And I'm not saying they're dumb, but they're dumb on the table. They have a low IQ on the table.
I agree, bro. I agree.
And
I think there's a lot of guys that are super strong, but they're terrible arm wrestlers, bro. If you know what I mean. You know
so
what I mean?
when you're saying you could catch him right here and do this, maybe you should ask him, like, hey man, when I'm catching you like this, do you feel uncomfortable? And if he goes, yeah, because you're pulling in a position your body doesn't like. And I understand I need to be in a position where I'm comfortable to be able to pull hard. And I met a lot of guys, if you actually ask them when they're really ripping, I'm like, hey, how do you feel right now? And they're like, oh, this hurts and this hurts. You're like, you need to get in a different position. You're pulling in that position every time because you think so. But you watch guys like this all the time. When they do heavy curls inside the body, right? And then they get on the fucking table and they're doing this.
Outside, yep.
Right. Why would you train inside, always keeping your body to your arm? And then the minute you feel adversity, you just give everything. It's lack of discipline and lack of IQ, in my opinion.
And I think a lot of newbies in the sport, they come in, they just want to rip. They just want to pin at practice, and they want to just pin and beat down. And it's like, and I try to tell them, like, that's not, you're going to hurt yourself more than help yourself. And it's like, they want to just practice and arm wrestle and then lift weights. And I'm like, you're just hurting yourself in a way. You're not gaining anything. You're destroying your arm for no reason, bro. Like, you just got to it's the small buildups to this sport, bro. You can't just come in and start fucking flopping and fucking, I mean, these newbies they watch videos, bro. They watch videos and it's sad because they're going to end up hurting themselves. A lot of guys, bro,
We got to be the voice of reason for them. That's all we can do.
It's Steve. I got to get Steve to stay away from flopping, bro. I got to get him to stop flopping, bro.
Listen, whatever to win.
Hey, I my last guy wasn't flopping. I can tell you that much. I just said a nasty fucking side pressure.
Did you?
Yeah. Had to.
Dude,
had to. I couldn't do flop press.
Are you gonna have a table at the after party?
Yeah, 2 tables, of course.
Sick. I wanna pick everyone's brain after the tournament. I want to learn things from everybody. I don't know. Like, I'm just super pumped. So I want to, you know what I mean? Maybe there's something. I suck at pressing, so maybe you could teach me something.
Shit. I'm still learning.
I tried. Don't even try.
Yeah. I was like, I'm still learning how to fucking press.
What'd you say, Steve? What'd you say? You don't know how to press?
I said, I'm still learning how to fucking press.
No, we need to get away from the press, bro. We're getting away from the press.
Yeah, dude, I think press is probably the best move in the bit. A flop press is disgusting.
If you start with
the flop press is terrible. I won't flop press. I'll shoulder press. I'll do any other press. Steve loves doing that, bro. That fucking right there.
But like, to me, if you get up on the table and like you didn't know arm wrestling, you saw a guy that's set up like this,
set up
and
right
you watch
here,
it,
set up right here, and just slam.
Yeah. Dude, when I see pressers that just treat their fucking wrist bone like an axe or a hatchet and they whack dudes, I'm like, get out of here, you sick prick. Like,
when anyone's like this at a tournament and they're like this, and I'm waiting for it to happen, bro, right there. I'm waiting for it to happen. Like, it's just like,
yeah, dude.
I've been there.
Yeah, Patrick's first. This is his. Hey, you want to know who I am? Break our position. I'm a bigger bitch ass, and you're like, oh, dude, why do you do that?
I know.
So is that. Well, that's how I used to be.
What happened with you and Carson first match? You went straight back. I think that's your old people.
Actually, yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's the one you like.
Yep.
You know which other match I want to actually bring up was Brian Malik and Conrad. I don't know if you guys know Brian Malik.
No, it needs to get on the schedule.
Those are the lighter weight guys, right?
Say again?
They're the lighter weight guys?
No,
yeah, around 176.
I think Conrad.
Oh, I've seen Conrad
3-0, Steve.
after pulls at like
Yeah, people
Hey,
don't realize how strong Conrad is, man. He trains with Shiu from Brooklyn and stuff, and he's got some serious guys behind him. And same thing, with the Long Island crew. So,
I think Conrad 3-0s, bro. I think
yeah,
so.
he was pulling after pulls at knuckles up, right?
no, I don't think he was there at Knuckles
No,
Up.
I didn't. I seen Conrad there. No.
No, but Brian Malik
Oh.
too. Same thing. He's been coming in first for the last, even at World Series of Arm Wrestling. He came in first. He's been pulling, and he looks like an absolute. Like, he cut so much weight. I think he's like naturally like 198 or even more than 200, and cut down to like 180, 178.
Ooh, that's a real professional, in my
Brian
opinion.
Malik. So, but I'll tell you this much: Conrad at 176 is an absolute monster. I haven't seen anybody in that type of specimen of a fucking shape. You know what I mean? At 176, and he's just you know what it is? He likes to catch too. So he's gonna probably gonna find himself in that position again. And he holds people on his bicep all day, and he just lets them bleed him out, and he bleeds them out, and he bleeds them out, and then slowly. But as far as I seen, he's beaten, guys that I thought that are at least gonna have something on him, like Dan. And Dan really, I hate to say it, but he really ran through, a lot easier and a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Even though, and I know Dan's a great puller and he's got some serious strength on him, but Conrad is just on a different level.
Dude, I'm a believer in this. You are who you pull with too, bro. I mean, Conrad has a great crew around him in Brooklyn, bro. You got Shiu teaching you, bro. Shiu is fucking great teacher, bro. Beast, bro. Yes, he's a great arm wrestler, very technical arm wrestler. And I learned more of I'll tell you, like, I learned a lot of. I like to think I'm very technical because I learned a lot of technical. I learned technical shit in Indiana through those guys. A lot of guys that had a lot of years of experience. And then when I came over here, I learned a lot from Steve Black. I mean, the guys I trained with over there in Indiana, I learned a lot from. That's where I started. I learned a lot of it over there. And when I came here, I learned a ton from Steve Black. I mean, Steve is, 30 years pulling, man. I mean, he knows so much. You get so much knowledge from that guy too, man. So I try to be as technical as I can. I think because I'm never going to be the strongest. So you got to be the most technical, bro. If you're never going to be the strongest, which I don't think I'll ever be. So you got to be technical, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And I think Conrad is fucking really technical pulling with Shiu, bro. He's a strong puller and technical. And yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-0 from Conrad, but I really think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People don't know Conrad as much as they know. More people know Brian Malik, but Conrad's cut from a different cloth, man. I see that's gonna be a really good match. Like, I mean, a really good match. Probably one of the best matches of the night.
You think it's going to be like a 3-2, Steve, or you think it's
Yeah,
going to be?
I think it's going to be a 3-2, and it can go either way, either Brian or Conrad, just for the fact that I think Brian's faster than Conrad, and Conrad's usually, and he's used to catching people. But I think Brian's going to be surprised on Conrad's hand because his hand is a lot stronger than what people think. Just because I know how good Dan's hand is, and Dan told me that he was just not expecting Conrad's hand to be that strong. So I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 3-2 either way, either Brian Malik or Conrad. Yeah. Same thing. I have all these matches being close, and it could be either way. I wouldn't see if I saw it even to be a close match with anybody. I wouldn't even put it together. So that's why I see every single match being so close. Same thing with you guys. I see a really close match. I don't see it being easy for either one of you. I think you're going to be surprised on.
Easy day, bro. It's gonna be an easy day.
Yeah.
Easy day, man. Trust me, easy day. Easy day.
I'll be honest. I don't believe in myself. Like, I always hype the other person up in my brain. I'm just telling you how I think. I'm like, fuck, this guy's gonna beat me, and I'm just trying to think of all the terrible outcomes. And then the day of, you put a gun in my head, and be like, who the fuck's gonna win? I'm like, bitch, get out of my way. Watch this shit. Like,
bro, I'm the same way though, bro. I don't fucking listen. I'll be honest with you. I don't fucking take anyone for what's it called. Like, I'm not gonna sit and be like easy day. I'm fucking around. Like, you never fucking know, bro. You never know who you're going against. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You got 2 years. I got 8 years, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. You
It
know,
really
I could
doesn't.
be
It
that
really
guy.
doesn't matter. That shows you just to the last match that we're talking about. I think it was Leonidas. All right, and he was pulling John Brzenk, and I'm not taking anything. And John Brzenk beat him. It was one of the best matches I've ever seen. But I just want to say in general, it just shows that Leonidas was pulling what 2.5 years, maybe 3 years before he fucking pulled John Brzenk. Are you out of your fucking mind? That shows you really doesn't matter how long you've been pulling. John Brzezink's been pulling what 30, 40 fucking years. How long is it? So let's just that just gives you that much perspective. If you were in the same lane as a fucking goat, it really sometimes doesn't matter if you've been pulling for 2 years or 3 years. And James, I've seen you pull guys that are a lot bigger. Like I said, a lot bigger than yourself. Just like your last match with what's his name, Teddy or whatever the fuck his name was.
Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy 350, 6'5", bro.
How much? How big was he?
350, 6'5".
350, 6'5". And you actually beat him a lot quicker than what the numbers were, you know what I mean? Because I seen the match myself and the refs weren't the best ones that you had there. But either way, you know what I mean? That just showed me how big of a performance that you can put on when somebody's even as good as he was and you were able to beat him. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, to not take anything away from Chris, he's pulled some guys that were really been pulling and some guys that just came into the sport and he's beat them with no problem. The majority of the guys he's been beating with no problem. And that's just scary because you don't really see him pull too many guys. And if you see him pull, you'll see him pull in the tournament against Paul Cruz, which everybody knows Paul Cruz pretty much beats everybody. So it's kind of hard to see where he's been pulling or who he's been pulling with. And I mean, so
you're 100% right, Steve. It's rough going to tournaments and you get like a small class with his 5 guys, but like you got Roger, you got Cruz in there, you got Joe in there,
right?
And it's like, okay, I don't want to like pull myself down and be like, but I look at that and I go, all right, well, I'm probably finishing 3rd or 4th here. Like I already know in my head, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
It's because I'm just not, the strength level is just not there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then you pull JJ Jackson and that was a really good fucking match.
But JJ beat me, but I got a win or 2 on him in Paul's backyard. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally though, JJ, when he pulls anybody, nobody gets not even a pin on him. So he's that hook that he has is absolutely fucking disgusting. I told you about that.
Well, but I pulled JJ I think I have to pull JJ and this is when so I met JJ at the tournament we were talking about where I pulled Colin and the first win when you first had Wayne Withers there. I think I pulled JJ in the after pull, and it was the first time I met JJ, and he said he's only been pulling for like less than a year.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem he was pretty easy for me because he just started. Bro, fast forward a year, when I seen him at the backyard, I was like, after we pulled him, like, fucking bro, what he got really good and really strong, and his hook is insane, bro.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
So that just tells you that much that it doesn't really matter. And time, it could be 2 to 3 to 4 years in. Chris can be 5 to 6 to 7 years in plus. It sometimes it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And that's the reason why you're going up against a bigger Chris Vert, you know what I mean? And I seen you pull James, guys that are bigger and your styles are going to be, it's going to be so good because you guys are going to meet right up top there and it's going to be a fucking problem right there. So you guys are going to clash. It's going to be good.
Well, you a poster? Jay, you post?
Listen, I'm gonna put a stamp on it when I bring it to the post office. That's what I'm gonna I don't want to narrow myself down, not to make you think like, okay, I don't want you to know what I do. I'm warning you right now, dude. I am a slut on the table. I don't really know. Depending on who I'm pulling, I will change a thing. I have legit dad moved on a tournament or a super match to guys I shouldn't dad move. But just not because I'm just going to grab their wrist and hook them, but I've straight up low hand top roll by grabbing the wrist and beat dudes in a top roll like that.
I hope you do that. I hope you do that to me. We have really low,
Listen to me.
really low.
How mad are
just
you going
like
to be?
that.
if it's 2-0 and you watch me do that, are you like, this son of a bitch comes to my town and does this in front of my people? Yeah. But no, like I said, I'm super pumped. I hope you should be training your hand. It's going to get thick, Daddy. That's going to be the biggest part on your body by the time I'm done.
It's all going to happen. It's going to say, ready, go. I'm just going to go
well,
just
see,
like
that
this.
Doesn't look like a top roll. That's a cup. That's a hook.
Yeah, but I'm going to do this, and then maybe I'm going to roll out, bro.
Oh, okay, John. You're a jumper thinker.
Maybe I'm going to come around. I'm going to come around. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, bro.
This is my rule. If you hook first, you're not a top roller. If you got to do this and then this, you're scared of commitment. So you go the hook and you build.
I told you I've been really dedicating myself since bro, pulling JJ like woke me up. It woke me up that I needed a better hook, because if you watch the matches with JJ, every round I got JJ a half an inch from the pad, bro.
You gotta look it up.
And he just turned me over. He put me in a hook. But I was this close. And I just was like, you know what? If someone drags me in a hook, I have to be able to fight in there too. So since July, I've been really training hook more than anything, bro. So maybe I'll hook you, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh.
No idea.
I wouldn't try that. I wouldn't try to hook these fucking long levers, bro. These arms are scary. You ever fucking met Bigfoot, dude? I think my arms are hairier than Bigfoot. Like, you're gonna get lost in a forest you don't want to see. Like I said, we're gonna see. I'm hoping it's a war, but never know.
I think it's the opposite, bro. I think we're gonna win on speed, me and you. I think it's gonna be a very fast match. I think it's gonna be back and forth. I think it's whoever gets the jump in our match. I really believe that, dude. I think whoever's gonna get the jump. What do you think, Steve? It's gonna get whoever gets the jump, or you think it's gonna be a grinder? Did we talk about this already?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a grinder. I think
really?
I think it's gonna be a grinder. I think you're gonna end up catching him, and I think you're gonna end up cranking him back. And it's going to be a grinder from there, because even when he gets there, he still likes to hit while he's still mid. And I like that, because that just shows that much, you know what I mean, right there, that he's not waiting for you. He's just doing at his own, so I like that fight. And I like the way James comes out loud and crazy. Like I said, he's a different puller when he's there. So it's going to be good, man. And I know the way you are, Chris. You're not like that. You're a little bit more.
No, I'm not like that. But listen, if he wants me to be like that, I'll be like that.
Listen, I'm going to warn you. If you let me, like, if I stay cool, I'm a terrible puller. If I get to cook and I get worked up and then I get to that fire, I don't want to say I'm like Gennady, but you know when Gennady starts saying, "Oh, pana," and I was the same way with Colin. Right-handed, I just couldn't get that fire. And then all of a sudden, left-handed, he started talking a little shit, and the match stopped for a second. And then all of a sudden, I was like, let's fucking cook. And I'll look you in the eye, I'm like, you better want this as bad as I do. Like, listen, if you came here.
When I beat you, you got to get the sperm flames on you, James. Right?
I was going to do a friendlier bet and tell you, whoever wins, the other has to kiss their ring. There's got to be a video of it, so when someone starts talking shit, they can post that photo anytime they want.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna let you know, Chris, my family's gonna know you. So when you pass on, I'm like, that's Chris Vert. You respect that man. He's kissing daddy's ring.
He's kissing daddy's ring.
That's too funny.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you right now, when I win, you will be on a framed photo. A 12x12 in my home.
That's great. So it's a win-win for me, no matter what, bro.
Right. That's the kind of respect I bring to a table. Like forever. That's what I bring.
I think that's what we got, guys. I gotta get up early for snowboarding in the morning.
What?
That'll be. Oh yeah, like negative 8 degrees.
I know. I just want to bring something up real quick. The Ryan Bowen thing. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, fuck Ryan Bowen.
Ryan Bowen and Holland said Ryan Bowen is overweight, and then he still pulled. And afterwards, they said that he was overweight. And
I kind of, I mean, I don't want to like. I agree that Ryan. He talked to Tom about it, bro. They both agreed on it. In my opinion, they talked. They agreed.
No. From what they said, from what Tom like
Did you read? Yeah, that whole thing that they said. Yeah.
He was okay with 4, like coming in at like 90 kilos. Dude came in at 100.
But so in that text message though, Ryan sent him the picture of the scale.
Yep.
Right. And he showed him that he made weight. And then Tom said to him, 48 hours is a little early though.
Yeah.
Right. And Ryan was like, okay, but thanks anyway. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it though. So in his mind, I mean, I don't think Ryan did it like on purpose. I think they got, I think it was just like, I think Tom said, okay, that's cool. Then we're good. I mean, I don't think Ryan would do that on purpose. I think he just got confused maybe because I don't know. I don't see it done maliciously just to be what was he, 30 pounds heavier or something like that? Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was.
It's super unprofessional. You know how you're supposed to come in. You're supposed to weigh in at the same way at the weigh-in.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But then Tom should have said no then, right, though?
But he also said he didn't want to screw up the match.
I know.
Screw it up for the Knuckles Up guys. Because that was a big match for Knuckles Up.
I know.
So I think Tom was being a good dude, and Ryan's a piece of shit.
I agree. I agree with
Ryan's a piece of shit.
I agree with that because it does make sense, you know what I mean? But at the same time, Chris he's right because he should have said something. If he wasn't cool with it, he should have said something, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just, you're supposed to weigh in at that same day. It doesn't matter, but
or 24 hours before.
On his own channel bragging, saying, "Here I come for like the 86 kilo," like, dude, like bragging all over. I made weight, all this shit.
Supposedly he made the weight though. It's just he did it 48 hours prior.
Dude, they're professionals. He's a professional arm wrestler. He knew when he had to weigh in. That was dumb.
I think that Ryan Bond knew what he you know what I mean? He knew what the things were. So he's a dick for that. But this is my opinion. The minute he showed up and they put him on the scale or whatever, and they're like, hey, you're not 86 kg. And he's like, yeah, I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I did it yesterday. You guys got the photo. They're like, right. Okay. So then they should have asked Holland, like, okay, this is not going to be for a ranked 86 kg. Do you still want to do the match, though? And if they would have done that, it would have been fine. But in my opinion, the minute Knuckles Up hosted the match, and it still was advertised as 86 kg, like everything was cool, and Holland accepted it, that is Holland's fault and the promotion's fault. To me, if I tell you, you tell me you agree as a athlete, a professional athlete, you're going to come to my event for 86 kilograms, and you show up and you're not, I mean, hey, motherfucker, go try to make weight and come back.
You know what I mean? I'll defend Will and Chris, right? That's who does Knuckles Out, Will and Chris, right?
Yeah.
I'll defend them because they literally said, you two pullers discuss it. You guys figure it out and let us know.
Right.
So I think they did. They figured it out, and Ryan did this, and Ryan texted Tom, and this is what was the outcome. Was it a terrible outcome? What happened? Yeah, I agree. But I can't blame Will or Chris because they basically said, did you talk to Tom? Like, figure it out. You guys decide what you want to do. And the two pullers kind of did.
So
I don't know.
Okay, I missed the problem. Then where is the problem? If
Tom was not okay with it,
then why did Tom pull?
Tom pulled because he didn't want to ruin them.
Then he's a bitch. Here's what I got to say. No. If you tell someone,
well, that's James. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying.
What is it? Like that? I will hit you. I will fucking bury my balls down your throat. If you tell somebody you're good with something,
2 guys, 1 cup. That's why it's called 2 guys, 1 cup, bro.
Yeah.
As soon as we're done, I'm gonna bury my balls down your throat.
Bury your balls in my face.
No, it's going on live. But yeah, I think if you're not a man of your word, same thing. Ryan's not a man of his word. He's supposed to make weight. But
yes.
If Tom said, "Hey, guess what? I agreed to the match," and then cries about it. Well, he wouldn't make weight.
Tom didn't cry.
You're a whiny bitch. You agreed to it. whatever.
I think
Now think of this. Now this is my opinion too. What happens if Tom would have won? Nothing would have happened, right?
No, he would have been bragging that he beat a fat
That's
fuck.
my point. You can't. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you can't disqualify Ryan. But if Tom would have won, then he would have won. It would have been everything. We wouldn't be talking about this. So Tom should have said right away, "I don't want the match. It's done." Yes, he would have fucked up the promotion, but I mean, you can't complain after you say okay. You know, you can't. But,
right. When you sign the dotted line to shoot a porno, guess what? Doesn't matter. Your dad hates you now.
All right, you can get that out. All right, I gotta go to bed.
All right,
I gotta get up.
Hey, we thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
We'll see you Saturday. I'm gonna be in the hotel, so if y'all want to come visit, we can come and cuddle. I don't give a shit. I got Netflix.
You guys coming Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Okay. Well, I'll be right down the road. I'll be at the smoke shop.
See, what time we got to be there? The Polar's got to be there.
I would say by 11:30 latest, because 12 o'clock the show starts.
Starts at 12. Okay, cool.
Starts at 12.
All right, good deal.
Oh yeah, I'm staying right at the hotel again. Wait, you're right down the road. You said, Steve?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the smoke shop, so I'll be there doing early weigh-ins at Friday. We'll be there with Chris Michaels, Ryan Woods, Caleb Johnson. A couple different guys will be there.
Bro, you smoking another blunt?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like high just watching you smoke this whole thing, bro.
I'm pretty sure there was a couple in there.
Yeah, Steve's a fucking killer, dude.
Bro, he's been ripping it the whole hour and 20 minutes whenever we've been on here, bro.
Correct. I saw him finish one and then roll one and then.
Bro, I would be in the emergency room right now, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All
I
right.
hope both of you guys stay healthy. I can't wait to see you guys Saturday. God
Yep.
bless. Thank you. This is
I'll see you, man.
guys.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.
Later. You ready, babe? Come on. You fucking stay here then.